Episode 1 Lula Shows. A long time ago, an old tortoise existed in a land called Gobi. This ancient and powerful tortoise was called Lula. No one knows how Lula was born or where he came from. During this period, the animals in the land lived with water scarcity. Plants were not growing well, and it wasn't easy to survive. The animals didn't know about the existence of Lula because he lived quietly inside a cave on the mountain of Gobi. He had lived for 205 years on Earth without family and friends on the mountain. Only a few animals were living on the land because it was hard to survive in Gobi. One day, Lula thought of how he could help the land and the animals. He made a loud noise from the cave that terrified the whole land. The animals gathered immediately with fear, but they decided to trace the noise to its source, and they ended up in front of the mountains where no animals had gotten before. Lula came out, and the animals were afraid, but he told them not to be afraid because he loved them and was ready to help and make them live peacefully. He told them, "If you believe it, you can live it." The animals believed him, and he told them to all gather again in the center of the land on the seventh day, and that no one should disobey. Lula disappeared away from them, and the animals became more confused. The lion, Zeba, told them to be brave and not be afraid. He further told them that nobody should stay back indoors on the seventh day. He then dismissed the gathering. On the seventh day, the animals gathered, and Lula came out with a rod and greeted them all. He told them, "This is not the end of the problem, but it's the beginning of the solution." So he stretched out the rod, and suddenly, beautiful rivers appeared, tall green trees, aromatic flowers, fruitful trees. The animals couldn't hide their joy, so they decided to meet and discuss what they would do to Lula to show their appreciation.